Aeroplan by Air Canada, established in 1984, Canada's largest frequent flyer program, and with over 7 million members. We are going to actually contrast and compare the three credit cards that are the mid-tier of these Aeroplan credit cards, and that means category 4, roughly 100 and a bit annual fee. What it is, it actually make you happy if you elected to have one of these cards. That is either the American Express Aeroplan card, TD Visa Infinite Aeroplan card, and the CIBC Visa Infinite Aeroplan card. The three of them will actually give you four things in common, which means, well, all of them will actually give you no expiry on your miles. It will also give you first bag when otherwise it would be chargeable. Note that if you do get the first bag actually not chargeable as part of your ticket, then this perk would not be applicable. Also, it will give you status SQM, that is status qualifying miles, once you actually manage to do $10,000 on the card. So for each $10,000 spent on either of these any of these cards, that is, you will be getting 1,000 SQM towards your Air Canada status. And finally, all of them will actually help you get a little bit of a discount when it comes to redemptions. Normally, it is 3 to 5% max. So that is a little bit kind of a sweet thing to have just by the sheer fact of having the credit cards. So this is about the commonality. Now it does have a little bit of divergence. Firstly, welcome to the Canada Credit Card Expert channel. You're more than welcome to subscribe right at the bottom. That will be a great help to us to help you actually find the best and most suitable credit card for your daily needs. Let's just look at these credit cards again and actually start to contrast them in terms of what they get you and what will be the best choice for you. Well, in terms of perks, we actually covered what it will be with Air Canada, but there are perks beyond Air Canada. The American Express Aeroplan card would have none. The CIBC would have the Avis Prefer status, and that means Avis Prefer Plus. While the very same perk would be applicable if you have the TD Visa Infinite Aeroplan card. But in the case of TD Visa Infinite Aeroplan card, you will also be eligible for once every 48 months $100 rebate if you decided to go for the Nexus Canada-US border program. So that is an advantage for the TD card. On top of it, you'll actually be getting some insurances with these cards. And we would say that by far the TD and CIBC are, well, better than the Amex Aeroplan, to be very gentle. The Amex Aeroplan would not have the travel emergency medical insurance, and the hotel burglary insurance would cover you up to $500. The other two, that would be $2,500. And in the case of emergency travel insurance, that would actually cover you for 15 days up to $5 million with the CIBC. And the TD version would actually cover you for 21 days, but then the coverage would be up to $2 million. So again, there is a slight advantage of the TD credit card here as well. Now, on top of it, you'll be getting with the TD and CIBC version mobile device insurance, which American Express Aeroplan would not actually have. Then there'll be some other things such as the CDW, that is car rentals, and some other basic insurances. So in terms of insurances, we could definitely say that the TD and CIBC will do much better than the American Express Aeroplan card, while in fact the TD would take you all the way 21 days, and if you really need more than 2 million coverage, that'll be the CIBC. Now let's get back to some basics. We are talking about category 4 cards. So that is $120 a year for the American Express Aeroplan and $139 for the other two. So that is roughly the same. So we could actually say that in terms of what it costs you, that would be, let's say it's a draw right here. Finally, what would it take for you to take the American Express Aeroplan card? That would possibly be how you earn your points. Well, out of these three, if you booked Air Canada flights, this one would actually give you 2 points, and the other two, CIBC and TD Visa Infinite Aeroplan, would give you 1.5 points. So that is a slight advantage. But as you might know, You could also be earning 2 Aeroplan points by way of actually transferring points if you were to use one of the American Express travel cards, namely Gold or Platinum card. And then, if you're really into points with Air Canada direct booking, the American Express Reserve Aeroplan card would actually get you up to 3, but this is beyond the scope of this video. When it comes to the rest of it, that is points earning with these cards, we have pretty much 1.5 point on the American Express Aeroplan on dining out and food delivery. But if you're into gas and groceries, then it's 1.5 with TD and CIBC, while CIBC would actually throw in 1.5 also for EV charging. So it is slightly different when you come to actually compare these cards. You definitely want the American Express Aeroplan if you're into points collecting, while you want to use it for dining and Air Canada booking. But we mentioned that there are other cards that will do much better in both these categories, so have a good thinking about that. When it comes to earning with TD and CIBC Visa Infinite Aeroplan, again 1.5 on Air Canada grocery and gas with CIBC EV as well, and 1 on anything else. So pretty much to sum it up, when it comes to points, well, none of these cards is actually stellar unless you're really after the perks with Air Canada. We are not actually sure you want these cards. They don't actually make lots of sense when it comes to points. So if you're into points, you don't need these cards. If you do fly occasionally even Air Canada, it could make sense by the sheer fact of having, for example, a free first baggage or any of the other perks that we mentioned. No expiry, which could be actually a nice thing to have, or of course some discount on redemption. So to sum it all up, the American Express Aeroplan, not very good with insurances, not great with perks. When it comes to general perks, pretty much the same perks with Air Canada as the other two, and slightly better N ratios. When it comes to TD Visa Infinite Aeroplan, overall it seems to do better than the other two when it comes to longer travel emergency medical insurance, as well as it does actually get you one more perk, which is non-Air Canada perk, in the form of Nexus, so your mileage might actually vary. Thank you for being with us today. We truly hope that actually helped you select the best Aeroplan Meet You credit card. We will see you soon.